Have you ever received a phone call in English and felt your stomach drop? The phone rings, your hand shakes, and your mind suddenly goes blank. You think, what if I don't understand them? What if I say something wrong? You take a deep breath, answer, hello? Oh, and then freeze when the person starts talking too fast. That moment is real. I've seen it in so many learners, and I felt it myself. Imagine this. A young professional named Anna works in an international company. She's great at writing emails in English. Her grammar is good. Her vocabulary is strong. But one morning, the office phone rings. It's a client from London. Anna answers politely. Good morning, this is Anna speaking. The client replies in a cheerful, quick voice. Hi, Anna. Could we move the meeting to 11? Anna hears the words but can't process them. Her mind races. What did he say? Move what? Meeting? 11? She panics, says, Yes, okay, and hangs up, confused, embarrassed, and wishing she could disappear. Does that sound familiar? That's the before stage, the part where fear wins. But imagine the after. The phone rings again a few weeks later. Same situation. This time, Anna smiles, takes a breath, and answers with calm rhythm. Good morning, this is Anna. Sure, we can move the meeting to 11. Thanks for calling. Her voice is relaxed, her tone natural, her confidence strong. What changed? Not her grammar, her rhythm. You see, you don't need perfect grammar to sound professional on the phone. You need calm rhythm. When you speak with steady rhythm, your listener understands you more easily, and you feel in control. But when you speak with fear, long pauses, robotic pronunciation, or nervous filler words, your voice loses that natural flow. Let's look at the contrast clearly. Wrong way. Hello. This, Anna, speaking. Can you repeat? Right way. Hi, this is Anna speaking. Could you please repeat that? Same words, different energy. The second sounds confident because it flows smoothly. No panic, no hesitation. So why do phone conversations feel so scary for English learners? The biggest reason is you can't see the other person's face. When we talk face-to-face, we read lips, body language, and smiles. On the phone, all that disappears. You only have sound, and that can feel like a blindfold. Without visual clues, your brain works harder to decode meaning, which adds pressure. Another reason is listening speed. Native speakers often speak quickly, especially on the phone. They link words, shorten sounds, and change tones. How are you doing today? Becomes, how you doing today? And suddenly it sounds like a different language. Learners panic because they expect textbook English, not real speech. Then there's self-consciousness. Many learners think, my accent sounds strange. They won't understand me. But here's the truth. Your accent isn't the problem. Your hesitation is. Native speakers are used to different accents. They just need rhythm and confidence to follow you. That's why I call phone calls invisible confidence training. You can't rely on body language or smiles, only your voice. And that's powerful. Each phone conversation trains your ear, your tone, and your timing. You learn to listen carefully, respond calmly, and trust your voice. Think of it like this. When you answer a call in English, you're not just practicing language. You're practicing bravery. Every time you say hello with confidence, you win a small battle against fear. But how do you train for this? How do you get that calm, confident flow when you can't control what the other person will say? That's where podcast-style shadowing comes in. It's not boring drills or grammar exercises. It's like listening to a real conversation and joining in as a partner. You listen to natural English, repeat what you hear instantly, and feel how the rhythm moves. Step by step, you train your ear to catch tone, emotion, and connected speech, the real ingredients of confidence. When you shadow podcast-style English, you're not memorizing, you're mimicking real communication. You learn how to greet, pause, agree, and end conversations just like confident speakers do. You start to understand how emotions sound in English. Polite, warm, professional, relaxed. Let's imagine you're listening to a short podcast clip. Good afternoon. This is Tom from customer service. You repeat immediately. Good afternoon. This is Tom from customer service. At first, it feels strange, like you're chasing the sound. But after a few minutes, something amazing happens. Your tongue, your ears, and your brain start to move together. You stop translating and start feeling the rhythm. Soon, when you answer a real phone call, that same rhythm appears naturally. Your speech sounds smoother, your reaction time faster, and your confidence stronger. So yes, English phone calls can be scary, but they're also one of the best ways to train your real-world communication power. Remember, your goal isn't to sound perfect. Your goal is to sound present, calm, natural, and professional, like someone who belongs in the conversation. In the next part, we'll go deeper. You'll learn my simple podcast shadowing system for mastering real phone English, with step-by-step practice, real dialogues, and everyday phrases you can use at work or with friends. So take a deep breath, grab your headphones and get ready, because next, we'll train your ear, your rhythm, and your voice together, just like a real podcast. Now that you understand why phone calls in English can feel so scary, it's time to learn how to make them feel easy, natural, confident, and even fun. In this part, we'll build your podcast shadowing system, a simple, step-by-step method that transforms listening and repeating into real communication power. Let's start with the heart of it. What is podcast shadowing? It's simple. Listen, repeat instantly, and feel the emotion. Imagine you're listening to a podcast, and you become the second speaker, echoing every sentence right after you hear it. For example, "Hi, this is Sarah calling from the office." You repeat immediately, "Hi, this is Sarah calling from the office." No pausing, no translation, no analysis, just rhythm and reaction. This is how you train your brain to speak automatically, not mechanically. At first, it feels like a chase, but slowly you stop chasing and start flowing. You're no longer just learning English, you're living it. Now, let's go deeper with my 3-step podcast shadowing routine, designed perfectly for A1 to B1 learners who want confidence in real phone conversations. Step 1. Listen like a detective. When you listen to English, don't focus only on words. Focus on sound clues. Be a rhythm detective. Listen for pauses, tone, and emotion. Notice how voices rise and fall. For example, "Good morning, this is Alex speaking." Sounds polite and light at the start, then calm and professional at the end. It's like music. You can feel the meaning even without understanding every word. Native speakers use tone to express attitude. Friendly, professional, serious, apologetic. You can hear all that before you understand the vocabulary. So as you listen, ask yourself, where does the voice go up? Where does it pause? How does it sound when greeting or saying goodbye? Listening this way trains your ear to pick up emotion and natural phrasing, the real secrets behind fluent conversation. Step 2. Shadow. Like a partner now. It's your turn to join the conversation. When you shadow, you're not just a student, you're the speaker's partner. You repeat immediately after the line, copying the tone and energy. If the speaker sounds friendly, you sound friendly. If they sound confident, You match that energy. You're mirroring their rhythm, word by word. For example, thanks for calling. How can I help you today? You respond right after, thanks for calling. How can I help you today? At first your timing might feel off. You'll miss words or stumble. That's okay. Don't stop. Keep speaking even if you're behind. Over time, your brain will synchronize. You'll begin reacting faster naturally, just like in real conversation. Here's the goal. Stop thinking and start feeling. You'll notice your pronunciation improves automatically. You'll connect sounds like wanna, gonna, and could ya. Natural English that textbooks never teach. Shadowing helps you sound human, not robotic. And that's the difference between student English and real English. Step 3. Speak like a pro. After you've shadowed a few times, it's time to perform. Replay the conversation, but this time, speak it alone. You're now the full speaker. You control the rhythm. Pretend you're hosting your own podcast. Picture yourself answering a phone call with clarity and confidence. Good morning. This is Emma speaking. How can I help you? You're not copying anymore. You're creating. This step turns imitation into mastery. You might notice that you sound smoother, more expressive, more natural. That's your confidence voice. And it's growing with every shadowing session. Now, let's add power with phrase banks for common phone scenarios. Each phrase below is something real professionals use daily. Shadow them 3 times. Once slow, once natural, once emotional. Starting a call. Good morning. This is Alex speaking. May I speak to Mr. Lee, please? Hello. This is Maya calling from marketing. Is this a good time to talk? Small talk and connection. How are you today? Thanks for taking the time. I hope your morning's going well. It's nice to finally speak with you. Handling issues. Sorry, could you repeat that? Let me check and get back to you. I'm afraid the line is a bit unclear. Can you hold for a moment, please? Ending gracefully. It was great talking to you. Have a wonderful day. I'll send you the details by email. Talk to you soon. Goodbye. Every time you shadow these lines, use emotion. Feel polite. Feel confident. Feel professional. Because emotion carries meaning even more than words. Here's a quick contrast example. Robotic. It was great talking to you. Natural. It was great talking to you. See the difference? Same words, different energy. That's what your listener hears and remembers. Now, let's practice with podcast shadowing dialogues. Short, real-world conversations you can use today. Scenario 1. Office. Call Maria. Hi, this is Maria from HR. I just wanted to confirm your interview schedule. You. Sure, thank you for calling. What time will it be? Maria. It's at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Please arrive 10 minutes early. You. Got it. Thanks so much, Maria. Shadow both sides. Try different emotions. Friendly, formal, calm. Feel how the tone changes the message. Scenario 2. Customer service agent. Thank you for calling. How can I help you today? Customer. Hi, I received the wrong order. Agent. I'm sorry to hear that. Could you give me your order number? Customer. Yes, it's 5732. Agent. Thank you. I'll fix that right away. When you shadow this, focus on kindness and empathy. That's how real professionals sound on the phone. Scenario 3. Team coordination U. Hey, can we move the meeting to 2 p.m.? Colleague. Sure, no problem. I'll update the calendar. You. Perfect. Thanks for being flexible. Colleague. Anytime. Shadow this one with casual tone, friendly but clear. It's everyday workplace English at its best. Now for your mini confidence challenges. Try shadowing while standing up. Feel your voice travel better. Walk while you speak. It builds natural rhythm. Then, smile while shadowing. Record 2 versions, one flat, one smiling, and listen back. You'll hear how much warmer and more natural your voice becomes. Confidence lives in your body first, then your mouth. The more you move, the more your English flows. Finally, let's talk about the why. Why does all this work so well? Because shadowing builds what I call emotional muscle memory. Every time you copy a phrase with energy, you're teaching your brain, this is how confidence feels. You're creating new speaking habits that replace hesitation with flow. You stop worrying about mistakes because your body already knows what confident speech feels like. And remember this principle: sound before accuracy. Fluency grows from rhythm, not from perfect grammar. If you can sound confident, people will understand you. Even if you make small mistakes, your tone carries your meaning. When you practice daily, something powerful happens. Your English stops sounding learned. It starts sounding lived. You stop being afraid of fast speech, background noise, or unexpected questions. You trust your voice. So let's recap your podcast shadowing system. Listen like a detective. Find rhythm, not rules. Shadow like a partner. Match tone and energy. Speak like a pro. Perform it as your own. Repeat daily. Short, fun, emotional sessions. If you follow these steps, your next English phone call won't feel scary. It'll feel familiar. You'll pick up the phone, smile, and speak with calm rhythm, just like in your practice. You can now sound natural on the phone, but in the next section, we'll go one step deeper. We'll make sure you also feel natural, because confidence isn't just how you sound. It's how you see yourself as an English speaker. Let's move from practice to power and build your real speaking confidence, one shadow at a time. Picture this moment. You're sitting at your desk and your phone rings. The screen shows an international number. A few weeks ago, your heart would have raced. You might have wished someone else could answer. But today, you smile. Take a calm breath and say, "Good afternoon. This is Emily speaking." The person on the other end responds, "Hi, Emily. Just calling to confirm tomorrow's meeting." You answer smoothly, "Yes, that works perfectly. Thank you for checking." The call lasts less than a minute, but inside it feels like a victory. You just handled your first real English phone conversation with confidence. That's not magic. That's progress. That's what happens when you stop waiting to feel ready and start practicing fluency until it becomes natural. You see, most learners think fluency comes first and confidence follows. But it's actually the other way around. Confidence builds fluency. Every time you shadow, you teach your brain, "I can do this." Every repetition removes fear. Every phrase you master becomes a tiny piece of courage that stays with you. So here's your secret weapon now: the daily podcast habit. It's simple, short, and powerful. You don't need hours a day. You just need consistency. Here's the 5-minute plan: 2 minutes. Listen, choose one short podcast or dialogue, and focus on rhythm and tone. Minutes, shadow. Repeat instantly, matching energy and feeling. Minute, perform. Say the lines alone, as if it's your real call. That's it. 5 minutes. But if you do it every day, you'll notice something amazing. Your voice growth. Your speech becomes smoother. Your ear becomes sharper. And your heart becomes calmer every time you speak. Don't track perfection. Track presence. Ask yourself, do I sound more confident than yesterday? If the answer is yes, that's progress. Even 1% better is victory. Now let's shift your mindset. You're not just repeating phrases, you're rehearsing your confident self. Every time you shadow, you step into a stronger version of you. The version who doesn't freeze, doesn't panic, and doesn't doubt their place in the conversation. Remember this line: your voice in English is part of your identity. Strong, clear, and real. It's not about sounding native. It's about sounding authentic. Your voice carries your personality, your culture, your story. And that story deserves to be heard, clearly and confidently. So don't hide it. Don't say, "My English isn't good enough yet," because every confident speaker you admire started exactly where you are, repeating, shadowing, improving, day by day. The only difference is, they didn't stop, and I want you to make the same promise to yourself. I'll keep showing up. I'll keep shadowing. I'll keep growing my confident voice. Because every call you shadow is one step closer to the real call you'll own. Every phrase you practice adds strength to your voice. Every mistake becomes a lesson, not a limit. So here's your next step. Join our Phone Confidence Challenge. For the next 7 days, commit to your 5-minute daily shadowing habit. Choose one dialogue a day from our podcast lessons, shadow it with emotion, and record your progress. At the end of the week, listen to your Day 1 and Day 7 voices and feel the difference for yourself. You'll realize something powerful. Confidence isn't something you wait for. It's something you create. So keep going, keep shadowing, and keep believing in your voice. Because the next time your phone rings, it won't be a test. It'll be your chance to shine. And you'll smile, answer with calm rhythm, and say, "Hello, this is me, confident, clear, and ready."